Is spinal fusion for scoliosis as painful as people say it is? Well, this is going to surprise you. When I woke up, I was in a lot less pain than I thought I'd be. For some, it may be more pain than they think it would be, and for some, less. There are factors which contribute to that, which I'll explain in a second, but first, here's my experience. Waking up was definitely not what I expected. I could barely see anything, and I slowly opened my eyes, and everything was a blurry smudge, a very blurry smudge. I could see faint smudges which resembled nurses, my mum and dad, and surgeons. I couldn't really feel that much at all, and I remember being awake and aware of my new straightness and kind of feeling euphoric. I was just so happy and relieved everything was over and everything was good. I felt kind of just relieved. I was at peace and I felt like a massive weight was lifted from my shoulders. I was half awake, half asleep in the ICU, and I noticed that I started to gain more awareness of my body over time, and I was still happy, but I did notice that pain started to set in. But it was not an intense, sharp, excruciating pain, no. It was more like a present, maybe even intense sore pain down my whole back. That kind of sore pain you'd get in your legs and arm after a long day of walking for hours or maybe doing extraneous work. Maybe a bit more or less, but it's kind of hard to remember since it was so long ago and I was all doped up. I was uncomfortable, yes, but I felt I tolerated it kind of well, actually. Plus, I had a morphine button next to me, which I just kept pressing. The real pain started to set in when I got up for the first time and started sitting for longer periods of time upright. It was just really hard and uncomfortable, and it took every fiber of my being, but as the week at the hospital went on and I kept moving forward, that started to taper off more. But remember how I said other people's experiences can be vastly different and there's factors that affect this? Some people wake up crying or in excruciating pain, but yet they may have nowhere near as much nausea and sickness as I did. I know for a fact there's going to be a lot of you commenting your experiences down below in the comment section, and when you compare them to each other, you'll notice that they differ vastly. Some people wake up very emotional, whether it's sadness, fear, confusion, or maybe it's peace, gratitude, and euphoria. Or you may wake up feeling emotionally numb, drained. So the factors that affect this, there's a lot of them, so I'm just going to straight up tell you. First off, there's age. If you're an adult, especially an older adult, recovery can be harder and slower, and it can also possibly be more painful. Secondly, there's pain management, the types of drugs used, and how you react to them. If pain management is good and on point, it will most likely minimize pain quite well. Some people react to these drugs differently. Some people naturally have a higher or lower pain tolerance. Some people can become more emotional under them, and also some people can even hallucinate. And then there's the amount of fused segments itself. The more fused segments, the more painful it usually is. And lastly, you have your fitness level, which is completely underrated. The fitter and stronger you are, the better recovery ability you have, which is super important. And fitter individuals are more used to pushing through pain a lot of the time, so they usually have a higher pain tolerance. I've actually noticed a pattern. A lot of people who said they've experienced less pain than they thought they would and they had a smoother recovery, they usually were quite active beforehand. They were usually just doing their sports like football or dancing, or maybe they went to the gym such as I did. So if you want a higher chance of having a smoother experience after your spinal fusion surgery, I recommend getting to the gym, lifting, or just doing sports and getting active as soon as you can. Dancing, sports, Pilates, weights, anything like that. You'll find the benefits are massive even if you just consistently stick to these things. You don't even have to become the best, or you don't even have to like sweat and die for it. You just have to be consistent. What you're going through is a big step into the unknown, and the unknown is what we all as humans are primarily afraid of. You just never know for certain how exactly it's going to feel, so the best thing you can do right now is focus what's inside of your control and not on what is not.